Agent X, Crisis, just to name a few. The All-Pro defensive end, played for the Rams, played for the Giants. It took a breath of fresh air with the Patriots. The one and only Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our show. And Michael, welcome to our show.
How was your week? You were filming the Transformers movie, and did we get that finished? You were doing
I'm done.
nighttime.
I finally wrapped it. You know, I wrapped it before a couple of weeks ago, and then they called me and said they wanted to bring me back and do some more shooting, some more coverage and some more intricate shots. You know, it's a very intricate scene. You know,
so
a lot of special effects.
When they call you back, let's say that you're all done. They say, "See you later, Fred. Thanks a lot. That was great. We'll call you if you need you." When they call you back,
that's exactly what they said.
And so, when they call you back, do they then? What do they discover?
They say, "Welcome back, Fred."
They know, but I mean, what did they do extra? Did they add to the scene, or?
Yeah, they went inside the basic scenes with coverage. They put another camera on the outside of the car. They put a camera behind me shooting out the window. And they did some things that were necessary to get multiple angles and shots where you cut away, because the main shot is the Beetle, the car, Volkswagen, goes up on the side of the tunnel, up on the roof of the tunnel, and then comes crashing down on the hood of my car, destroying the front end of my car. So you can imagine.
Did they use your car for this, or was it?
No, yes. I brought my own car with me. And
that's why they got you. Paid you a little extra money.
And while I was at lunch, they had the guys on the body and fender people pounding out the dents.
That was great.
By the time I went home, it was like it never happened, you know.
So are you like a good guy or a bad guy in this film?
I'm a sheriff.
So you have been Sheriff Raleigh Wade. You have been, the sheriff role has been good to you here recently.
You know something? Here's what's funny about it. You know, I look at these things, and whatever role it is that gets you into the movie,
that's what you become, right?
You do, and I have no qualms about being a detective in every movie or every television or film.
When you get a role and you're going to be a sheriff or detective or whatever, do you actually, as an actor, become that role? Do you think about what that character would do, and you kind of get yourself into the mode when you're shooting the film? Like, I'm so-and-so. I'm no longer Fred Dreyer. I'm Chef Raleigh Wade.
Well, and to address your question, which is a good one, I put a mustache on for this one.
Seriously?
Seriously.
So you had a mustache?
Right. And it's a much better mustache than the one you have on.
So I knew the insult was coming sooner or later. Some actors, when they get into it, grow their own mustache. You had them supply you with one?
Well, I had to take one out of the box because I didn't quite have enough time to squeeze one out.
One of your old ones? You save it. You got a whole wardrobe at your house, don't you?
Yeah,
mustache.
I do.
Let's see, where's that?
I go home at night. Sometimes on the weekend, I dress up as a cop and I just lay there watching TV.
Did you have to dust it off with a little bugs making a home in your old mustache? Kind of clean it up.
I carry a mirror around with me.
Let's see. Do I want a Charlie Chaplin? Do I want a Tom Selleck?
I go through the whole thing.
Raleigh Fingers handlebar.
I was at a Dodger game years and years ago and saw a guy who had a strange looking mustache. I always wanted to find a role that I could use that mustache in.
Really? I was at did you use it for this role? You dusted it off?
Not that one, no. But I got a real nice bushy one. It's a real nice one.
It's here on CRN, the Sports Lounge. Fred Dreyer and I want to tell you about Blue Apron. This is a way you can really cook with the right kind of foods, right? They send all this to your home, don't they, Fred?
Yeah, yes, they do. And they knock on your door, and you open it up, and there's a bunch of food in there. You can just go to your kitchen and cook it up.
It's fresh. It's guaranteed to be fresh, and they have so many great food ideas and food meals together. And you can get, listen to this, you can get this week's menu, your first 3 meals absolutely free and free shipping if you go to blueapron.com/Dreyer, Dryer. You've got your apron on. Are you going to be doing some cooking tonight?
Yeah, I've got 2 aprons. One's in the dry cleaners, and I got one home in the laundry, but I'm ready to roll.
You're going to love how this Blue Apron, how the food tastes, how it feels. You go to blueapron.com blueapron.com/dryer. And that's Blue Apron. They send the food right to your house. Remember, you get your first 3 meals free with free shipping if you go to the website blueapron.com/dryer, DRYER. Back in the Sports Lounge, I am Michael Horn, the star of our show, the Sultan of Safeties. 2 safeties in one game in the same quarter. The All-Pro defensive end, the acting legend, the one and only Fred Dryer.
Thanks so very much. Thank you, folks. I hope you're having a great week, and wherever you are, you're with family and friends. You know, we're getting close.
Yeah.
Once again to the holiday season. We're only a couple of weeks away.
You got Thanksgiving
from
plans, do you?
Thanksgiving. I'm going to your house.
That's good. I was wondering if that's what you're doing this year.
As a matter of fact,
all holidays are with me now, right?
The day before Thanksgiving, I'll be out in your backyard.
You used to hang out with the late, great, the wonderful Hugh Hefner from time to time. I'm
going to tell you something.
And now your life has changed.
Yeah,
You're hanging out with me.
Yeah,
I'll see if I can bring over my next door neighbor woman or something to hang out with you.
Now I just walk up and down the neighborhood in my robe.
That's it. That's what you do, right?
I may tell you something. I had so many great moments in the holidays at Hugh Hefner's house.
You were part of the, and this
I was a part of his family.
You didn't brag about this. This was just something that you were like. It's like being part of the family. And
you are.
You know, your parents are gone. My parents are gone, and your daughter is away, and your brother's, here in town. But it's like that was kind of like your family is to go. I mean, you knew the guy as a member of your family. Years. How many holidays? It had a good 30
since
or more.
1972.
Wow. That's incredible.
Well, off and on. I had my up until maybe probably about the last 20 years. Probably the last 20 years, I was spending a little more time there because he was getting older, and as time goes on, you start to realize these are precious moments that you have with your friends in the holiday season, and it's quite a revelation, to know that you were part of somebody's life that included you. He included an awful lot of people in his life, and the holiday season was a huge one up there, and so Thanksgiving was one of them. Halloween was always a treat. He always had great Halloween parties. And then you had Thanksgiving, and then you worked your way into Christmas, New Year's, Super Bowl parties, and it was like remember the old movie Holiday Inn with
Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby. Thank you very much, there, Fred. Mr.
Yeah,
Bing,
and so it was like every season there was a new cluster of people that they would come around, and it was really, I looked forward to it so much.
And now you're with my cluster, so this is going to be great because you and I are kind of like I don't want to say anything strange or anything, but we're kind of like a radio couple. We're sort of hanging together.
Excuse me?
And so when I do my Thanksgiving, you see, I have my fabulous daughter, and she likes to be with my ex-wife and everything. And so I spend a little time there, and then I go out to my beautiful girlfriend's family. Are you going to be with me on both, and we're just going to ride around together? And
I think maybe you and I and your girlfriend,
and Jennifer, right?
We'll cuddle up on the comforter and watch some games.
That's what I thought you might want to see that. So you and I are kind of like together now. It's going to be, you're going to drive around with me and stuff. Will you go with me like to the drugstore when I pick up little gifts and stuff to bring out there?
It's a little bitchy, but I'll go.
We'll make a day of it.
We'll try it. We'll try it out.
Great. I can't wait.
Yeah.
This is going to be a new experience.
I'll yell as you get out of the car and walk toward the entrance to the drugstore to get your drugs. I'll yell out, "Honey, don't forget my tampons."
Will you go ahead and come to my home and decorate the Christmas tree during the holiday season and everything?
I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna send you a picture of me in my backyard on my cot while you do the tree, and then I'll ask, "Is the tree ready for me to come over?"
That's it. Well, no, there's more than just the tree. If you're not going to decorate the tree, you can do the holiday scenes that I put up, so that'll be fun. You'll love it.
I've got an extra baby Jesus if you need it.
No, these are that's nice, by the way, but these are like Christmas outdoorsy kind of scenes with little cars that move around and trains and kind of stuff like that. It's you'll have a good time with it.
Love that stuff.
It'll be like your childhood.
Well, the valley out here is a little bit different than over here. The valley out here is it's where we are now, the valley.
It's going to be a
good.
Fred and Mike Christmas, and we'll be telling you about. This is going to be really fun.
Well, here's the other thing.
This
is the other thing that I'm looking at.
I'm going to go shopping for
There's
something
no
nice
reason.
for you.
There's no reason at all that for the next week leading up to Thanksgiving or coming out of Thanksgiving,
You just kind of hang with me.
leading up to Christmas.
Yes.
That a camera crew shouldn't follow us around.
There you go.
And we would do a week's worth of shopping with Mike and Fred. And we'll be having a lot of lunch and shopping. So I think it'll be a real good thing.
Mike and Fred, when all is said, we'll do everything except go to bed. So there you have it. See, that'll be kind of our slogan, so people will know we're kind of on the up and up. We're kind of like He-Man type. But it'll be a great holiday season. This is going to be good. Can we do a little pick-up football or something? Maybe get down with
No, I was thinking of maybe renting bikes down at the beach and going up and down the Strand.
Okay.
I did that with my granddaughter and my daughter a couple of years ago.
Fun?
It was a lot of laughs,
What do you mean, not a laugh?
Well, the kids want to just take off and go real fast and weave through people.
Yeah.
And you got to
keep up.
Well, not only have to keep up, but you can't really go that fast on the Strand because a lot of people. So you had to. It was tough wrangling the kids. But once they got a hold of it and they realized we were going to stop every 5 minutes for sodas and ice cream cones and things like that, it was great. So that's what we did.
So I'm looking forward to it. So this is going to be a great holiday season. I'm feeling the energy already. There's some if you go to Sirius XM and listen on your car radios or whatever, they're playing holiday music already now. They've started the holiday music channels.
They can't wait to push you past Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they've done
it
this year.
Get you into the May Company over here in
used to be after
Canyon.
Thanksgiving. Now it's after Halloween. They start playing the Christmas music.
Oh, they just beat you up.
I think you should wait till at least after Thanksgiving. So it's going to be kind of fun. Now we got a lot of stuff to talk about on the show today, and obviously,
do we have a show?
Yeah, we're doing the show right now. It started already, but the NFL is back into a lot of problems again. I mean, these guys.
Hey.
Yeah, first off, Vin Scully, we should just mention, gave a speech out in Pasadena, California. And apparently during that speech, he said, he was in the armed services and he didn't face any battle sequences or anything, but he has respect for all of those that have given their lives for this country and fought for our country. So he says, this is one thing I'll tell you for sure, I am never going to watch another NFL game again. And he said that. Mm-hmm. And it was on all the news media. And then I found out from a source that apparently Vin's deal was no one was to videotape or anything. This was an intimate evening with Vin Scully, and someone obviously had some cell phone there, so that's illegal footage that went out. But I think it's fine. I think it makes Vin Scully look great that he said something like that to really make a statement that, whether you want to protest or not, that's a separate topic. Do that. But for gosh sakes, give respect to the people that have given lives to our country and stand for the national anthem for the country that you're getting paid in, and that's the deal. So I think Vince stood up for that, and I think that's good.
Well, he should speak for the National Football League, which is the topic I think we're going to be getting into.
You got a little comments about that. You think Vinny should be maybe the new commissioner?
I think I should be the commissioner.
Okay, so you're not going to give that up.
I should be the commissioner, and we would talk about it, and we will when we come back. We'll talk all about what's going on in the National Football League and the blunder upon blunder that is being made.
It's if you want to find out more about this, if you want to comment on it, go to the various sites of social media for Fred Dryer. Twitter, Fred, F-R-E-D _Dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. You can email him at freddryer@crntalk.com. And don't forget his website, freddryer.co. That's a good one.
Hi friends, this is Larry Manetti. Go to LarryManetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's to see the memorabilia of movie stars and theatrical magic right in downtown Fullerton, California. See the art of the masters, an Italian town square complete with storefronts of old Italian butchers and cheesemongers, fruit and wine vendors, seamstresses showing their wares, fairy lights from cathedral ceilings, and our ancestors smiling down at you from the family love altar. The romance of Romeo and Juliet, and find the mystical room of the moon. And don't forget King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and who knows what awaits you in the wine cellar. Enjoy the great food. We hand stuff our pastas, roll each and every tortellini, bake our own bread, make our own sauces fresh from our private stock of Sicilian family recipes. From pasta to seafood, chicken to award-winning pizzas, tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, just $18.95, and Angelo's and Vinci's has been named 2 years in a row Best Italian Restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurant at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com. Welcome back here to the Lounge, Sports Lounge. Behind the scenes when we take our breaks over there, those of you that view the show on at crntalk.com, tikilive.com, and on Roku on the CRN app. If you got one of those Roku boxes, just search the CRN app. You can watch our show live when we do it and check it out and see all the good video that's going on. I think we've got you centered, and now we're ready to get back in here.
We had,
So
to, make a camera adjustment is what we did.
Yeah, thank you. That's good. Okay, I'm Michael Horn. That's Fred Dreyer. So let's talk a little bit about some problems here with the NFL. You're going to take over the league. Why? What's happening?
Look, I've said it a long time, and every year it always plays out in my favor.
Yes.
Some idiot player will show up pounding his girlfriend in an elevator, selling dope, getting drunk, stacking up his car, being arrested in the off season, whatever it might be. And, the list goes on. And I believe there was a website here not too long ago that listed every team, 32 teams, with all the amount of arrests that they had over the last year. And it was over 680. And so it comes down to what is anybody, if anybody, what is anybody going to do about it? Are you going to let this thing play out? Are you going to let players throw tantrums? Or where does the ownership stand? And then when you look at what the structure of discipline is in the National Football League, you'll see it makes really no sense. They have supposedly they got 6 owners, who are kind of like the big dogs that have a lot to say. I think I got a list of here. Let me just read them off for the sake of it. Clark Hunt for the Chiefs, Arthur Blank for the Falcons, John Mara for the Giants, Robert Kraft for the Patriots, Art Rooney for the Steelers, and Texas owner Robert McNair comprised the 6-person committee in charge of handling negotiations. Okay,
This is for the Commissioner Roger Goodell's
I was just going to
extension.
get into this, but these are the 6 guys that have a lot of clout, and that's an important job because they speak for all the rest of the owners in the league, which are 32 of them. The 32 people get together and they meet and they say, who would be a great person that would interface with the public and interface with television and advertisers. So they come up with somebody. Pick a name. In this instance, it was Roger Goodell. You know, he's been in the pipes. He was a coffee. Give me some coffee, Joe. He's a gopher for a long period of time. Anyway, he works himself around to where now he becomes that job, and that job is defined by what the 32 owners want him to do. So what you're seeing him do right now is exactly what ownership has hired him to do. If you don't like what Roger Goodell has done or how he's done it, you should absolutely contact the 32 owners and have somebody step forward and say, here's our idea about what we think a commissioner should be. And yes, we agree, we're happy, we're not happy. And this is how we're going to make it all work for everybody, so people know and understand really what the National Football League stands for. What are our standards? Now, this thing kind of started, this bad will kind of started with Roger Goodell when he started meting out discipline in the name of the league to people like Ray Rice. I think that was the big one a couple of years ago, running back for the Ravens. He was seen on the elevator cam pounding and giving a left hook to his girlfriend, who was his girlfriend at the time, who he's since married, and they're very happily married and stuff. He's apologized profusely. She's forgiving him. And so all of these things are now have come to the point where Roger Goodell decides he's going to discipline Ray Rice. Now, normally, what you try to do, regardless of what the crime is or what the allegations are, what you try to do is minimize and keep in control the narrative of whatever the issue is. In this case, you've got a kid who punched his girlfriend out. He apologized, and so now by making Roger Goodell come up in front of a bunch of people up above in front of the media and say, we've now decided we're going to ban him forever, or come up with some sort of thing. It just smacks as if somebody is not really sat down and thought the whole thing through. So you've got Roger Goodell now giving out punishment. Now, in the case of Jerry Jones and Ezekiel, what's his face, the running back for the Cowboys,
Ezekiel Elliott.
He banned him for half of the season. And so Ezekiel Elliott said, "No, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm going to protest it. I'm going to appeal it." So that moment came, and now supposedly the court said, "No, you have to abide by the punishment. So you're now going to." You're now going to have to live out and serve your 8-game suspension, right? So he's protesting this thing. He's hired an attorney. He's protesting the whole thing.
Elliott is probably he's got 6-game suspension.
Yeah, 6 game.
Right.
So now Jerry Jones is really upset at the commissioner, who was hired by 31 and Jerry Jones, 32 owners to make such decisions. So they don't like the decision he made. And so they took his player away. So Goodell said, "Hey, wait a minute. You hired me to make these decisions.
I'm making them.
For you. Right. You may not like it, but that's just too bad. I'm doing it." So while that's going on, lo and behold, you've got this sudden a flow of players now who feel so compelled to kneel.
Got to kneel, right?
You got to kneel for the national anthem, and it turned out to not just be somebody's a player, Colin Kaepernick, quarterback for the 49ers, kneeling and saying, I just feel as though this country has abused blacks. I don't like the fact that cops are killing blacks. And this whole thing was about him not appreciating, nor should he pay homage to a flag that represents a country that would allow this to continue to happen, right? So now all of his teammates and all the people, black players, white players, but it's 75% black, all of them across the league now in unison have now decided we're going to kneel too. And so they made a huge thing out of it. And
we're going to continue in just a second. I just want to, if anybody has comments, please contact Fred_Dryer, and we'll have more. Just stay with us right after this.
Fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
This is Bill's yard, and Bill's a grill master, not a grass expert. Still, no weeds belong in this backyard barbecue kingdom. And with Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, Bill's greasy thumb is just as good as a green thumb. Because Scott's thickens lawns to help crowd out over 50 pesky weeds. So Bill can defeat invaders, green up his lawn, and hold his spatula high. This is a Scott's yard. Pick up Scott's Weed and Feed today.
We are back in the Sports Lounge. Michael Horn, Fred Dryer. So we're talking about the NFL here right now, and you're saying there's the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell kind of at odds now with Jerry Jones. There's a group of 6 members of the 32 league-owned NFL, and you've got the Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, Falcons owner Arthur Blank, Giants owner John Mara, Patriots owner Bob Kraft, Steelers owner Art Rooney, Texans owner Robert McNair. This thing started with the Jerry Jones gets bent out of shape with this Ezekiel Elliott suspension. Player protests on this, a 6-game suspension. And now Jones is a little upset about the fact that he doesn't want Goodell back. Is that right, Fred Dryer? Is that the kind of where we're at on this thing?
Well, yeah. Roger Goodell represents 32 owners,
right?
And his position is, look, I'm setting the standards. I come up with this stuff because you hired me to make these decisions.
Right.
I'm making it. Now, if you don't like it, well, then we got to talk about it.
Yes.
So and this is what's going on. You've got one owner, primarily Jerry Jones, because it's his player Ezekiel Elliott, who got a suspension way longer than he thought he should, because you're taking the guy out of circulation for half a season. You just can't do that. And but if that's what the standards are now, with Goodell calling the shots as commissioner, then you got to live with it. So. Roger Goodell and Jerry Jones are kind of going at it because Jerry Jones thinks that Goodell is overreacting based on all the turmoil that came out of the Ray Rice situation.
Gotcha.
And so he says, well, now now you're overreacting, and you're taking too much criticism, and you should be a disciplinarian, and all this other stuff. So anyway, the whole thing is a mess. And then on top of that, Jerry Jones, being the leader of the 32, because he's hands down probably would be voted as the most popular and the most powerful powerful owner in the National Football League. He and Kraft probably. So what happens is now you've got a bunch of players every week now who just decide to act out and kneel and show their anger and their political frustrations.
That's right.
through other people's businesses. You know, I said this a long time ago, that as soon as Colin Kaepernick showed up and knelt down, and the color commentator up there and the play-by-play guy up in the booth said, well, Colin Kaepernick's kneeling down. He's taking a knee. What that's all? Why is Colin Kaepernick, can't he stand up? Is his back hurt or something? And so they got into it. And then after the game was over, he said, well, I'm making a political statement. Oh, boy. Well, what's the political statement? He says, well, blacks are being hammered out by white cops, and we don't like it. They're being killed and assaulted, and I don't like it, and I can't stand for a flag that represents a country that would allow that. So I have no respect for that flag. So I'm taking a kneel. I'm bowing out. You want to celebrate the flag? I'm going to take a kneel, and that kneel means I don't respect the flag, and I want nothing to do with this celebration. Yeah, but the celebration is tradition for the last 60, 70 years in the National Football League. What are you talking about? I don't care. He says, well, just a second. You got to. So let's put it up to vote. Who thinks that it's okay to kneel? So it went that way instead of the owner of the San Francisco 49ers, Mr. York, I think's his name, should have went right down on the sideline and just said, I want you to go into the locker room. He's not playing anyway. He's on a short string anyway. He's not playing. Could you just leave and go into the locker room and sit there? And then when the game is over with, we'll address the media together. Okay? Get off. Nobody did that. Now, the game would have played out, and then people would have said, well, what was that all about? Then you would have sit there and explained it. You said, go ahead, Colin. Explain your position now to the press. And I'll be here, and I'll make sure.
There's your chance to talk.
And I'll make sure you get every opportunity to speak your mind. And
but that didn't happen.
But none of that happened. It didn't happen. There was no leadership coming from ownership. Ray Rice situation. The owner of the Ravens should have come right up with Ray Rice just stood in front of the camera and had Ray Rice explain himself and just simply say, there's going to be punishment on this, and I'll be the one to punish it. This is my team, and this is my franchise, and I'll handle it. Keep the commissioner out of it, and don't allow anybody else. You know what happened? The commissioner got into this and screwed the whole thing up, and suddenly 3 black women who represents this industry or this company that's expertise in dealing with black issues. Can you imagine that? They allowed these people into the conversation. Well, we have to job out our discipline to 3 black women who are now telling us, well, we know how to deal with men and speak with them and counsel them, and just get out. So they push them out of the way, and Roger Goodell now still has no bearings as to how he should represent 32 owners, because several of these owners now are split. There's Jerry Jones, and there's a couple other owners over here, and then there's the body of maybe 22 or 24 owners. That it's a complete nut house, and it's thanks to the collective stupidity of NFL owners.
Hey, if you want to make a comment, follow Fred on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, Dryer. Also follow Fred on Facebook, facebook.com /The Real Fred Dryer. And you can email Fred at Fred Dryer, FredDryer, at crntalk.com, Fred Dryer at crntalk.com. And don't forget his new website, freddryer.co. That is freddryer.co. Get that new movie, Highway 395. That movie is available, by the way, on that website. You can order it up and watch it in your home today. It is your latest film that is out there, am I right?
It's been out there for a little while, and it's there for your perusal. Take a look at the trailer, and then go ahead and buy the movie.
Buy the movie, and you will have that movie, and you can view it and enjoy it. Chef Raleigh Wade is at work along Highway 395. This is not his Transformers movie. This is the movie that Fred Dreyer. This is your own project, right?
Yeah, it came from our company, and it's been a long haul, but we got it put together, and it's out, and there it is, and it's for your enjoyment.
All right, there you have it for you. That's freddryer.co, freddryer.co. Straight ahead, we have more here. It's the Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn. That's the one and only football legend, acting legend, Fred Dreyer. Stay with us on CRN, the Competition Radio Network.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender involves so much more than just a rate. Only Quicken Loans has earned 11 J.D. Power Awards. No other lender comes close to that level of client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage. It gives our clients a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online in minutes. No one else has anything like it. And our people. Each one of our 17,000 plus team members throughout Detroit, Cleveland, and Phoenix provides absolute client satisfaction each and every day. So why would you go anywhere else to get your mortgage? Go to America's #1 online lender. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com for the best mortgage experience on earth. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
How will the recent massive data breach affect you? Is your personal information at risk? If you are a Discover credit card member, there's an important action you can take to help protect yourself right now. Go online and sign up for Discover's free Social Security alerts. Once activated, we will alert you if your Social Security number is found on any one of thousands of risky websites. Learn more and sign up for free alerts at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Back in the Sports Lounge, I am Michael Horn, the star of our show. Sultan, 2 safeties in 1 game in the same quarter, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend Fred Dreyer.
Thank you so much. You know, this life that we live is so finite. One moment everything is fine, and the next thing it's not. You know, if you can take a look around at the recent shootings in Texas, you know, where life was so valuable and so precious one moment, and then split seconds later, it's evil hits. You know, you don't really understand just how and why, but it just ignites like that. And speaking of that incident, we sure wish everybody the very best. Our hearts go out to the people who lost people. And the children were gunned down, and it's just terrible. But you never know in life, such as Roy Halladay, former Major League Baseball pitcher, killed in Florida, plane crash.
Plane crash. It was a small plane. He's 40 years old, very young, only person on the 2-seater plane. Crashed off Holiday, off the Florida Gulf Coast, the town of Holiday, and not Roy Halladay, Halladay. It was a single-engine plane, an Icon A5, and it crashed in very shallow water and was found upside down. He had a 911 call that came in. So here's the thing. These planes, Fred, it's an Icon A5. They're considered light amphibious airplanes. They can land on water or land. They have folding wings. They can be transported by trailers. Just this last May, there was a crash of an A5 in California that killed both people on board. The NTSB has ruled out pilot error and this caused this crash. So what do you think? Maybe he was practicing. This is a brand new plane. It must have been his plane.
You know, you just think of these things, and yeah, maybe he was practicing, touchdowns. It was in shallow water,
Yeah.
and so maybe he was just coming down, practice landing, taxiing, and then taking off again. Maybe he was doing those things. Who knows? But apparently the thing flipped over, and it killed him. And it's such a the interesting thing is about all that is why people choose to do certain things. He's by himself. It's a brand new aircraft. Was brand new.
Brand new.
This
So
thing was brand new.
he's testing it or whatever, and obviously he's
Very-
it's on water and the shallow water, so it looks like he was trying to do an amphibious waterland, right? That's what it looks like.
Man, how do you? I just don't.
Or did he land on water and then it dumped over when he was trying to create the amphibious kind of movement there?
I'm sure there's going to be. It doesn't say.
This guy's
anything
gone
here.
over this whole thing. And here's this guy with a great picture. He started with the Blue Jays in 2003, 12 years in the major leagues. But with the Toronto Blue Jays, he won the Cy Young Award in 2003. He went 22-7 with a 3.25 ERA, led the American League with nine complete games. He was traded to the Phillies in 2010, won another Cy Young Award in his first year with the team, and he's going to be eligible for the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2019. So our thoughts and prayers go out to his family now, because this is a sad thing.
Yeah, it reminds me of Thurman Munson, the Yankee catcher.
Yeah.
Who in his off day was doing, I guess he was doing taxiing. He had his jet license, and he was doing touch and goes. I guess they call them. And he winds up stacking this thing up. Thing catches on fire, traps him inside, and he kills him.
That's it.
So you just don't. Not that you should know, but I mean, you just never know when the simplest thing could turn around and not only ruin your day, but kill you, and in doing so, ruin the day and the lives of many other people.
Take away from this, you got to live every day to the fullest. And by the way, I stand corrected. Roy Halladay pitched 16 seasons in the majors, the first 12 with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, right.
Then he was with the Phillies. Weren't the Dodgers trying to make a trade for him at one time?
They were considering that, but his arm started giving him trouble. That's why he retired.
Yeah. But what a sad state of affairs that this guy here, great pitcher, not going to be around anymore. So
40 years of age.
40 years young. Now, a couple of notes we should mention also. Alex Cora, he was the bench coach with the world champion Houston Astros.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the Astros win. He's gone as the bench coach, and now he's been named manager of the Red Sox. That's he's taking the hot seat there.
Wasn't he was with the Red Sox.
Yeah, but he was a Dodger, wasn't he? Dodger-raised player over there. Alex Cora was kind of a.
He had a brother, Joey Cora.
Yeah, he had. He was kind of a utility infielder, so he's got this new deal with the Boston Red Sox, and then Gabe Kapler, also who was with the Dodgers, he's managing the Philadelphia Phillies now. Is that correct? He's gone from the Dodgers and managing the Philadelphia club over there. So there's some changes being made right now.
And the Dodgers, I guess the Golden Gloves have come out, and not one Dodger made it.
Nobody got a Golden Glove?
Nobody got a Golden Glove, including Puig, who everybody thought. I thought he would. I mean,
yeah, he was making some spectacular plays.
That guy was really something.
So, but he did not get it.
But he did not get it, and so the beat goes on. Another year is filed. Another champion is crowned, and the next thing you know, the 12th of February.
Are we going to spring training?
No. We got to stay away.
Well, we always were going to. You don't want to go to spring training?
No, why? Why you go? Why would you go?
Got to get out there in Arizona and kind of get some fresh air.
They don't want to talk to anybody. You wind up. You're just one of the many people trying to get an interview.
Well, I'd say we want to interview. I think we want to just hang out with Tommy Lasorda at Bruce Chris Steakhouse.
I think that ship has sailed.
That's what I think.
Hey Lorraine, do you realize that your mother, my mother-in-law, Chef Maria, has been serving Las Vegas since 1949?
Yes, I do, Dennis. That's when she first met Howard Hughes, who fell in love with her cooking.
And in 1955, she opened her first restaurant on Fremont Street.
Yes, dear. And another great customer was Liberace.
Wow. Then in 1962, while Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack were causing global excitement on the Las Vegas Strip, your family opened their second restaurant.
And in 1972, Elvis Presley began electrifying Las Vegas audiences and eating in our restaurant.
You know, Lorraine, this is quite a town. There's only one Las Vegas.
And there's only one Bootlegger Italian Bistro.
Folks, when you're in Las Vegas, come visit us. We'll make you feel like you're part of our family.
The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, conveniently located at 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard, South Strip. Visit our website at www.bootleggerlasvegas.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. Call right now. That's 800-485-8803.
Back in the Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn, the one and only Fred Dreyer.
Yep.
Talking sports. Got any basketball news for us, Fred? That's season.
Well, here's the deal. Lonzo Ball was the number 2 draft choice in the NBA, the number 1 pick of the Lakers. He seems to be doing quite well. And the big hoopla has I guess, more so than what would normally follow a player of his renown. His father and his family, especially his father, has been the focal point. LeVar Ball, and he's made a comment here in regards to his son, LeAngelo. He's a freshman
at UCLA. Yeah,
at UCLA. They're over in Beijing, and they're in the process of playing Georgia Tech in a game this week. And while there, apparently, the insinuation goes, is that LeAngelo and this other freshman, Cody Riley, I guess, and Jalen Hill were questioned by Chinese authorities about allegedly stealing sunglasses from a Louis Vuitton store.
Whoa.
Close to the UCLA team hotel in Guangzhou.
So the Bruins are staying there before leaving for Shanghai, and Alonzo Ball's father, as you mentioned, LeVar, and his mother Tina, and the youngest brother LaMelo are in China for the game there.
Yeah.
So LeVar, apparently, he released a statement on the allegations. Quoting him, he says, "It's a very unfortunate situation that the Ball family and the UCLA has to deal with at this particular time. We will comment shortly."
Yes.
So,
and LeVar said, my son, Leangelo, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Everybody making a big deal out of it. It ain't that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. Lonzo
hasn't said anything about it.
Ball. Well, he says they asked him, what's going on. He says, I'm just here, man, getting ready here in the States, getting ready to play the Celtics. And
he's focusing on the game.
Yeah, I'm just trying to focus on the game.
I'm letting my people over there handle it. I'm over here taking care of business. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, he hasn't talked to anybody. So anyway, the point is.
What do you think? The brother's a klepto or something? What's the deal?
So, how old is he? 15 or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
why would you steal into
Well, we don't know.
Well, it's alleged. I know.
It's alleged. But, they arrested him look, I say this all the time. Young people especially, really don't have any idea of the situation that they're in. They really don't have
what do you
any
mean by
situation.
That, the situation they're in?
Well, they're on a world stage. They're playing for a big university.
Yep.
They're in China. It's a high profile. The Chinese press are fanatical. They're swarming all over the place. They love Kobe Bryant. They love the Lakers. They love basketball in general. And you're
a star.
You're in the spotlight over there, and you represent UCLA. And so you've got to make sure that you're not doing things you shouldn't be doing. And here, the cops arrest you and your pals, in association of stealing sunglasses. I mean, how do you even get that close to that subject matter? I
don't know. I think you stay away from something like that. All right, I want to remind you, Fred Dreyer on Twitter, very easy to get to him. Fred, FRED_Dreyer, DRYER. Fred on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. And for all emails and correspondence, go to the website, Fred Dreyer, his email address, freddreyer@crntalk.com, freddreyer@crntalk.com. And don't forget his website, freddreyer.co. Order up your copy of Highway 395, a great movie.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio shows sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN HD